the year ends, it is APIYN's practice to reflect and evaluate its work, experiences, and struggles for the whole year to identify its strengths and weaknesses. From these, we learn significant lessons in further strengthening our network and struggles. We are pleased that 2015 has been a good year for the Asia-Pacific Indigenous Youth Network and its strategic solidarity partner Land is Life. Through our program, Indigenous Lands in Indigenous Hands, which was launched in 2014, various activities and campaigns relevant to the Indigenous youth and their communities, especially those from the grassroots, were successfully conducted. And from this, we were able to raise the capacities of our youth members, the voices of the grassroots Indigenous youth, strengthen the network and forge new partnerships while strengthening old ones. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all our members, volunteers, and partners. These gains were achieved because of your continuous and valuable support. Thank you for journeying with us this 2015, and we look forward to your continued support for 2016 and beyond for the current and future generations.
2015 is a significant year for the Asia-Pacific Indigenous Youth Network. The network, with its 30 Indigenous youth member organizations, has been tirelessly promoting and defending the rights of Indigenous peoples throughout the year. Together, we are proving to the world that we, the Indigenous youth, are important catalysts of change, and we play a vital role in advancing Indigenous people's rights and welfare.
Message from Dr. Meenakshi Munda, Chairperson of the Asia-Pacific Indigenous Youth Network. Greetings! It is very difficult to raise the voices for the rights of indigenous peoples in India because constitutionally, we are not being recognized as indigenous in our country. In the case of India, while representing APIYN, it helped me in uniting indigenous youth and communities from the grassroots. APIYN has successfully organized workshops, trainings for capacity building, cultural activities, demonstrations, exhibits, and issued solidarity statements in support of our indigenous brothers and sisters in India and elsewhere. APIYN has raised the voices of indigenous youth against climate change and other violations of indigenous people's rights. Also this year, APIYN has represented the indigenous youth in various international mechanisms and processes relevant to the indigenous peoples, such as the United Nations Permanent Forum for Indigenous Issues, UN Framework Conventions on Climate Change, and UN expert meetings. Through this, we are able to forge new partnership and strengthen our network. We thank all our member organizations and partners for supporting us in our endeavor this year, as we believe the people united will never be defeated.
Though we face challenges in taking the road ahead, we have taken important steps in building our capacity as network and our members in the grassroots. We have provided services in communities affected by disasters such as typhoons, earthquakes, and militarization. We have educated and raised the awareness of various indigenous, non-indigenous youth, and the wider society on topics such as education, environment, culture, and human rights by conducting campaigns and advocacies. We facilitated the exchange of information, experiences among and between Indigenous youth and different sectors of society who share a common vision of a just and peaceful future. We have provided additional venues and platforms for Indigenous youth to participate in the local, national, and international processes. All of these are not possible without the determination of each member of the network, as well as the support of APIYN's partner organizations and institutions at the local, national, and international level. As 2016 approaches, let us strengthen our commitment and with vigor face the old and the new challenges the world has to offer. Let us all work together to empower the Indigenous communities and youth organizations who are on the front lines of protecting lands and human rights. Happy holidays and long live international solidarity!